Can you talk a little bit about the procedure for naming new critters
Hmm.
and kind of what was the reaction from the family or the people that you named them after?
Yeah, good question. So the procedure is that once you think that you have something that's new to science, then you sort of look in the literature and you compare it with what's known, and that will, usually tell you, yeah, this is different than all the rest, or it's not. And so you do that, and once you're pretty convinced it's new, then you have to go through the process of describing it and explaining why you think it's new, like what parts are different than other described species. So it's very a detailed process that requires highly trained taxonomists. And so they do the drawings and they describe all the parts and they do photographs. And these days they do genetic sequencing. And that can take a long time to do. And so then once you've done that, then you submit it, for peer review, and your peers look at it and they decide, whether they think you're right, it is new, or whether they think, no, this is really something it's already been described. It's just you missed something or whatever. So that's the process. And part of that process is you get to choose the name. Typically, it's very rare to find something that's in a completely new genus or family. Sometimes it happens, but it's rare. But it's much more common that you find something that's in a known genus, but the species has not been described. It's not known. So you get to pick the species name. And so the rules of that are pretty flexible. Although historically, most people have named things after either some characteristic of the organism, maybe like a unique color pattern or structure, or where they found it, or maybe after another scientist who works on those things. But there's no rule against naming it after a musician or anyone else. You just have to explain why it is that you chose that name. There's a section in the paper that you submit called the etymology, and that's the section where you explain why you chose that name. And so we honored some musicians that we really like and that we listen to a lot while we're doing our work and have historically been influential to us. And it was our way as scientists to honor their work as artists. And completely within the rules. And the thing about it that I like is that it really helps generate these kinds of conversations. So
Right.
I'm here sharing this chat with you about these organisms that most of you have never heard of, because it was named after someone that has name recognition. And that's a beautiful example of how the arts and sciences can really work together to really help share science and how cool science is.